In this video, I'm going to go over 5 audio effects that I use all the time inside Premiere Pro. Let's dive in. The first effect I use a lot is called Studio Reverb. I use Studio Reverb a lot to fade out my song without actually manually keyframing it. This adds a pretty cool echo reverb effect if you want to fade out your song. So for example, here I'm in my Premiere Pro timeline, and I have a song and I want to fade it out right about here. But obviously, instead of creating keyframes and just fading it out, we can use this cool effect. So to get started, I'm going to grab my razor tool, zoom in here, then make a cut, then go forward about 10 frames, make another cut, and then for the tail, I'm just going to right click and go to enable, and that will disable that clip. And then I'm going to duplicate this edit by holding down Option and dragging to Audio Track 2, and the next thing we'll need is the Audio Track Mixer. What the Audio Track Mixer allows you to do is add several effects to the entire track instead of just individual clips on your timeline. So to get to Audio Track Mixer, just go up to Window, Audio Track Mixer, and select your sequence. So once the panel opens, you'll notice that you can see each audio track, and the first thing you'll want to do is go up to the very top left and click the button to twirl open the options to add different effects. Then click the drop down and add Studio Reverb. Here are the settings to adjust. I would first change the room size to 90, then the decay to 8000, the early reflections to 55, the width to 55, and then the dry to 0 and the wet to 100. This will get a pretty nice reverb effect. So once we exit out and we play this back, you can see how it sounds. Pretty cool, right? That just adds a little bit something extra to your project. It's a little bit more interesting than just fading out your audio clip with just some keyframes. Alright, so the next effect I use a lot is called Dynamics. I use this a lot when it comes to voiceover or dialogue audio. This really helps compress the audio, make the lows higher and the highs lower, and just make everything even sounding. So for example, here on my timeline, I'm going to show you a clip without dynamics to just give you a baseline of what my raw audio sounds. For supporting me, new this month is a new text message bubble animation template for Premiere Pro. And to add dynamics to it, we're going to go up to Audio Track Mixer, click the drop down, go to Amplitude and Compression, and then click on Dynamics. Double click on the effect, and then what you'll want to do is check the box next to Compressor, change the ratio to about 3 or so, and then you'll have to add some makeup, so go down there, add maybe 12, and then there's a limiter option to the far right bottom. You can check that box and make the limiter -6, that way you don't peak the audio. And now when we play this back, you'll see the difference here. Supporting me, new this month is a new text message bubble animation template for Premiere Pro. The next effect I use a lot is called Parametric Equalizer. You can do a lot of different things with the Parametric Equalizer effect. You can add high pass or low pass filters to make audio sound like it's being covered or distorted, maybe it's muffled, or you can add a high pass to make it sound like you're on the radio. But what I tend to use Parametric Equalizer for is to clean up audio and to make it more clear. So for example, I can boost the highs. You'll notice the right side are the highs, so if we drag that up, we'll make the highs a little bit more audible. We can add other different points to boost certain frequencies of our voice. We can also add a high pass just to cut out some of the lows and the rumbles. And now when we play this back, you can see the difference here. I'm going to turn it on and off to show you the difference. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my Patreon. Thank you so much for supporting me. New this month is a new text message bubble animation template for Premiere Pro. Okay, so another effect I use a lot is called the Remix tool. You can use the Remix tool to make a song inside Premiere Pro any length, whether you need it shorter or longer. You can see here on my timeline that I can't extend this clip to be the full length of my video. So if we use the Remix tool, which is located underneath the Ripple Edit tool, you'll notice that we can extend the edge. So if we extend the edge, you'll notice that the Essential Sound panel will open up, and Premiere Pro will automatically remix it to be the new length of time. Now you have some options here. You can change the amount of segments. So I recommend dragging it to the left to decrease the amount of times the music changes. If we zoom in and play it back, you can see where it changes by the squiggly, so this is how it sounds. Another pretty cool tool is called auto ducking. So right now in my timeline, you'll notice that we added this music track, but it doesn't really mix well with my dialogue or voiceover. We need to adjust the audio levels, but we can automatically do that using the auto ducking feature. So to get started with the auto ducking feature, what we have to do is select the audio clips and assign them as dialogue. This way Premiere Pro knows that those audio clips are dialogue pieces. So what I'm going to do is select my track forward select tool, hold down Shift and select all the clips on audio track 1. These are all my voiceover clips. Then over in Essential Sound, I'm going to click the dialogue button. This will tell Premiere Pro that these are dialogue clips. Then what we can do is select the track and then check the box next to ducking. You'll notice that it will duck it around dialogue. So we have some options we can change down here. We can change the sensitivity, the duck amount, the fade duration, and the fade position. And then you can click generate keyframes, and this is how it sounds. How to use this template. So I'm inside Premiere Pro, and the first thing you want to do is change your workspace. One other effect that you can do in Premiere Pro is to change the pitch of someone's voice. And if you want to see how you can do that, I did make a video going over that. You can check that video right up there. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.